What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Pokemon Go news alert. Today we have a lot to talk about that might come in the next Pokemon Go update. Let's get right into it. So the main thing I want to talk about today is the buddy system or companion system you guys probably know from some of the mainline Pokemon games. Basically, it allows you to have a Pokemon just travel beside you or behind you and they sort of just follow you around. It's a really neat feature overall. The thing is that in Pokemon Go, it's going to be much more relevant than the feature in the mainline games. First of all, I have to give mad props to PokemonGoHub.net because they were the people that pointed me towards this new information. They were the ones that data mined it and figured out what exactly everything meant. But basically, guys, this is looking like it's going to be a major game feature. Basically, you're going to be able to go ahead and choose one Pokemon to follow you around or travel on your shoulder or fly around or however it actually gets around, and you're going to be able to get candies over time just by walking with them. Now, apparently the walking feature is the same that's used for calculating distance left on eggs, so it might be a little bit spotty, but still, it's going to be a great way to get candies for rare Pokemon. It might also be the only way to power up legendary Pokemon in the future. Now, we don't know anything concrete about legendary Pokemon right now, obviously, but we do know that they are going to be in the game at some point, and it does stand to reason that considering they are legendary Pokemon, that we might not have readily available access to them whenever we want. Most likely, an event's going to give you access to them. You might be able to catch one of them, and then you're just going to be stuck with whatever you have. But with a buddy system, you'll be able to choose that Pokemon and get candy for it and power it up, so it won't be irrelevant when you level up and get better Pokemon. That's a total theory, that's speculation. There's no actual reason for me to think that other than legendary Pokemon are obviously going to be really hard to get or impossible to get more than one of, and I know that the buddy system has been spoiled based off of data mining. But guys, this is really fantastic. It means that if people go to special areas where they get a Pokemon that's a pre-evolved form that they really want to be able to evolve, they'll eventually be able to get candies for it even though they're not able to go back to that area. It also means that if you just happen to luck out and find a really rare Pokemon that you're never going to find again, for instance if I ever get a Snorlax, then you'll be able to still get candy for that Pokemon. I think my first target for it, assuming I don't get a Snorlax by then, is going to end up being Dratini because I really want a Dragonite and I haven't been able to find a Dragonite. I would imagine a lot of people are going to end up doing that actually. And off in the future, when Pokemon become more diluted, which is another topic I'm going to get into about future generations diluting the pool of Pokemon, but basically it's going to be really hard to find specific rare Pokemon, and this game is just going to make it harder and harder as more generations come out to get those rare Pokemon, and no matter what they do, it's still going to be very difficult to sort of balance the spawn rates on every single Pokemon. I mean, at this point in time, we're talking well over 700 Pokemon when all is said and done, so it does make sense to say that eventually it's going to be a very diluted pool of Pokemon, and maybe you won't find the rares that you want to be able to evolve them or just to power them up. Given the diluted pool of Pokemon we're going to have when all the Pokemon are released, we're going to end up seeing a lot of Pokemon we're only going to find one or two of, and having a Pokemon able to just walk beside you and give you candy for it is going to be extremely useful in the future. For instance, I do think that Larvitar is going to eventually be a very rare Pokemon. Now, if you consider the rarity of Dratini today, and you think about diluting that farther and making it so it's extremely rare to even find one Dratini, then it would stand to reason that you'd want to be able to get more candies for the Pokemon like Larvitar, where you're not going to find very many of them, but you need a lot to get their final evolution. That's why I'm nearly positive at this point that Niantic is basically just future-proofing the game right now. They're making it so they can actually add in all of the other Pokemon, and people won't be mad that they can't find more of them. I mean, obviously people are going to be mad they can't find more of them, but it sort of makes the problem a little bit less relevant. So that's why I'm super hyped for the new update, guys. It has a lot of long-term implications, and I think that is absolutely fantastic. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And I hope to see you guys back for the next Pokemon Go video very shortly. I'm working on multiple huge projects right now, one feature for another channel, which I know you guys are gonna love. So I hope you guys are hyped for that, and until the next video, peace.